Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough about the living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough about the living, make a better place for you and for me. You and for me. You and for me. You and for me. Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is my weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for the all 12 signs of Zodiac, and it's from the 26th of November until the 2nd of December. So it's from the 26th of November until the 2nd of December 2018. Okay, so I'm going to start with Aries. What is going to be significant this week when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries? You see, it's a really good week because it is going to be quite important to let you know that it is going to be very significant when it comes to your own personal success and gain. There is going to be an indication that you are going to have this week, and this indication that you are going to have this week, it's going to be pretty much good because you are going to become aware of the fact that your finances are going to start improving. But the bottom line is that it's a lot about your own personal success and gain when it comes to this week, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant because it's just going to kind of bring you the certain balance back. But on another hand, I'm just thinking that you will really feel drawn to this to doing certain changes in your life. The things are going to start kind of feeling much better this week for you. You're going to feel good, but you're going to feel also at the same time as some kind of emptiness when it comes to the certain areas of your life. So you're going to feel like you will want to do and have some kind of adventure, and please go for it. Do something different, do something strange, do something bizarre this week, because it's going to enable lots of different energies around you, and it is going to bring lots of other different things into your life. Okay, so this is going to be a very powerful week to actually try something new, try something different. Okay, and also when it comes to the actual relationships, I need you to be careful. For those of you Aries that are in relationship, be careful, because you as a couple are going to have some kind of opportunity, but this opportunity is not going to be good. Okay, this is why I need to let you know. And that opportunity that is not going to be good is just something that is just going to seem like it's a good thing to do, and it's connected to the finances, it's connected to you making a really big step or making like a really significant step, but it's a lot to do with the finances and making a really big decision. Maybe try to avoid this decision this week. Try to do it the week after. Maybe this week is not going to be the best to do something really big together or to start something really big together. Okay, when it comes to those Aries that are single, there is going to be somebody that is just going to kind of be around you this week, and somebody is kind of going to get a little bit of your attention. But let me just tell you to just stay away from this person. This is not a nice person. It's somebody who is just bringing lots of negativity with them and lots of dishonesty with them. I'm sorry, Aries, but this is single Aries. This is not going to be the best week to actually try to find a love or try to find somebody else. Okay, now the second sign is going to be, of course, Taurus. Now, Taurus is just, this is going to be quite important week for you because it's going to feel like something from the past is going to bounce back. What you're going to have, it's going to be very strong connection with the past, which means that there's a certain element that is still missing in your life that is making you feel like a little bit uncomfortable. That particular element that is still missing in your life, it's a lot to do with your own destiny, and it's a lot to do with your own fortune indeed. And it's a lot to do with your own personal optimism, and it's a lot to do with the next step or next stage in your life. I need to let you know that this is going to be an important week for you, because however, you're going to have to deal with the decision. You're going to make a decision that it's not going to seem that significant, but that particular decision that you're going to make at the same time is actually going to be much bigger and much more important than you actually think. It's something that you're going to deal with, something that you don't want to deal with, you don't like deal with, but on another hand, hand, it's going to bring you something really important turning point. And you will see exactly what I mean, because after that point as well, you're going to become like a very determined. There's a great determination that you are going to have, and this determination that you are going to have, it's also going to come from somebody else, which means that somebody else is going to impress you quite a lot. But this particular person that is going to impress you, it's going to be the right person to look up to, the right person to actually impress you, basically. Okay, so this is going to be quite good. The whole new determination is going to come in this week. It's good. Okay, and also what else I was going to say, great week for the couples. This is a brilliant week for those of you that are in relationship, because you're just gonna feel the perfection you didn't have before, and there is the negative situation that was going on in between you two, you and your partner, that you didn't maybe sort out until the end. Something is going to be sorted this week. However, it is absolutely brilliant week for the couples, but it's also your partner. Expect your partner to have a really good news, okay, when it comes to their career or when it comes to their finances. For those of you that are actually single and perhaps ready to mingle, please just this is you are again the second sign that I'm gonna say that this is not going to be the great week to actually try to find someone serious or something like that. There is it's not that it's not that I'm able to see you that you're gonna do this, but it's just that there is some blast from the past. It's gonna come back again into your life, and it is just a lot about you starting to realize, for those of you that are single, to kind of move on from somebody in your life that shouldn't be in your life anymore. Perhaps it's somebody who you slept with or somebody who you never had anything with, but it's just this realization that you're gonna have that is just overpowering absolutely anything and everything this week when it comes to single Taurus. It's just a realization to move on from somebody. It's somebody who is not good for you anyway. Once you realize that you need to move on from somebody who you fancy and like, then you're just gonna let someone new to come in. Yeah, now it's time, my babies. Okay, so now the third sign that I'm going to do, it's going to be Gemini. Oh, Gemini, another wise week you are going to have. You're going to feel very deep. You're going to feel very spiritual. You're going to feel very determined, but on another hand, it's just like you're gonna feel very powerful when it comes to your own spirituality, which means you're gonna feel strong. You're gonna feel very strong power, very strong confidence that is going to be very strong this week. And I think that this is going to be absolutely brilliant, because it's going to help you to kind of come with a solution with a certain problem in your life that was keeping you restrained. Okay, so there is a big problem, at the same time going to come to an end, but the bottom line is this is going to be a really great week. So if you want to start something new, if you want to start something big, if you want to do something really different, just go for it. Or if you feel really drawn towards something completely weird, something that you don't feel really drawn towards, now just go for it, because you will be very deep and very spiritual. But it's not only that, it is a very powerful spiritual deep realization that you are going to have, and this is going to start from the fact that you're just going to start feeling very drawn to the certain area of your life that you haven't been drawn so much towards to before. You've kind of thought about it, but now it's just going to be certain passion that is going to come through, which is absolutely brilliant. My little babies, Gemini, I also see materialistic gain this week. Okay, the materialistic gain that you are going to have, and this is going to be quite good, because also this is going to be this is also going to be like the beginning of the whole new adventure after this moment, because you will be able to do something different that you weren't able to do before as well. For those of you that are in relationship, this is a fantastic week, because there is some kind of really big, powerful accomplishment that is going to come through, accomplishment that is going to come forward. But it's a lot to do with you two as a couple. You see, it's a lot to do with what two people who really love each other wouldn't be able to go as far and do as much if they weren't if they didn't really sincerely love each other like how I see now. And this is brilliant, because it's a lot to do. There is a home, house, and living environments, living arrangements are also going to play an important role. There are certain changes that you're both going to feel drawn towards to actually do this week. So it's a great time for the couples, sorry, and it's a great time for accomplishment that you're both going to have. So I think that this is really good, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, and for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, now here we go. This is the first sign this week so far. You see now, Gemini, there is somebody really bombastic that is going to manifest around you. Somebody really cool, somebody really interesting, somebody really different, and that person is also going to kind of manifest themselves around you at the time when you don't really expect them. And it's also going to be the really strange moment that you are going to have this week. This week, Gemini, is going to be an important week for you as well, because you are going to have a very strange day this week. One of the days are going to be really, really bizarre. It could even be a couple of days that are going to be really bizarre. This couple of days are going to reveal a certain sign and a certain omen. This omen that is going to be revealed, it's going to be connected to water. It's something to do with the water. So much water, I feel. Okay, and once you get this omen, at around you have the time when you have this realization, at around this omen, then you will actually start realizing something about a certain person that is just going to become part of your life. There is someone that is going to start manifesting themselves in your life as well. A very powerful, a very significant time for those of you that are single, because that person is going to be somebody who's going to have a really great influence on you as well, and is somebody who is going to become really significant later on. Okay, so now the next sign is going to be Cancer. Now Cancer, this is all about some kind of departure and journey. This is going to be very important week to actually sit down and discuss certain journey, discuss certain trip. This is really great, because this trip and this journey is going to be very much so connected to some kind of advancement. This is so important, Cancerians, my little babies, because it's not only about the trip and it's not only about the journey, but it could be so many different reasons why I see this. Please, my sweet little Cancerians, if you haven't planned some kind of trip or journey away, this is the perfect time to do it. Please do it, because this is so important, because this is connected directly to your spiritual path, directly to your karma, and the bottom line is that it is very much so connected to your personal advancement. Please do it. You don't need to go and to have a trip or to go to travel on that particular week. I said this many times. As long as you plan a certain trip or a certain journey on this week, then the energy of this particular week is still going to be very much so connected to it. So whenever you go, as long as it's planned on this particular day, because you need to sit down, you need to create this wonderful energy. And what is going to happen once you take this journey, it could be in May 2019, it could be June 2019, but what is going to happen, it is going to be so much so connected to your own personal advancement. It's something that you really, really need to do. On another hand, there is a bombastic, fantastic advice that you're actually going to have from somebody who is very, very clever, and somebody who is very intelligent, somebody who you think of very highly of, okay? And that person is a female person, it's a female, and it's just somebody who's done really well for them. But apart from that, it's somebody who's very understanding and somebody who's very sympathetic. It's going to give you a fantastic advice as well. This advice is going to be very significant for you later on. Now, for those of you Cancerians that are actually in relationship, I need you to be a little bit careful, because there is going to be a little bit of maybe a negative situation, or a little bit of sadness that is going to need and require a little bit of your balance and a little bit of your input, and a little bit of sadness and negativity that I'm going to feel when it comes to the actual couple is to do with absence. Somebody is not where they should be, or somebody is away, or somebody will go away. So it's just a little bit of a delay that I'm seeing there. So there are going to be the certain elements that you're going to kind of work on when it comes to your relationship this week. You're going to need to adjust. You need to make a little readjustment here, okay? On another hand, when it comes to the actual, those of you Cancerians that are single, now you're the second sign that I'm seeing here this week. Gemini was the first one, you're the second one. There is someone very significant going to get your attention this week. When it comes to those of you that are single, there is a person that is just going to start becoming very attractive to you this week. Whether you realize this or whether you don't realize this, you know, sometimes we can talk to people and we can find them really attractive, really sexy and really radiant and all that without even realizing, you know. Sometimes we just like to talk to people because they make us feel really good, you know. There could be so many different things that can be actually going on, but when it comes to you, this is going to be kind of somebody who is like really friendly. It's a lot to do with the personal friendliness. It's a lot to do with the person being friendly, and this is a lot going to be on your mind, how you can trust this person. This person is really nice. So it's almost like somebody from the friendly point of view that is going to become like, hello darling, you know, like type of thing like that. So I think that this is really like a really good opportunity for those of you that are single, because this person is just somebody who is really faithful and loyal to you in so many different ways that you will just kind of start finding like quite attractive as well. So there's a new love opportunity going to be there for you Cancerians. Okay, so now the next sign is going to be Leo. Now Leo, this is going to be a great week because you're going to have lots of energy. You're going to start feeling really good. I already said that your health is starting to improve like quite a lot actually, because lots of Leos have been going through certain issues when it comes to health, like certain sensitivities have been going on. But it's not only Leos, other signs have different things going on. So it really depends. So when it comes to the actual health, this is going to be another great news that you're going to have. And if you don't get a great news about your health, you're just going to feel really good in those aspects of your health, with those aspects of your health where you just didn't feel good. You know, if you had like a maybe painful sciatica, joint pain, like arthritis pain, muscle pain and things like that. This is just, expect this to change, expect to start feeling better. So this is significant because it's important, because the health is important, of course, because that in itself is going to make you feel very creative this week. You're going to feel really great creativity, and that creativity is just really going to require from you to be very adventurous in so many different ways, and that creativity is going to allow you to express yourself in the different ways. Leos, you need to be able to express yourself. You're so good, and this is a lot to do with your work. This is a lot to do with your career. If you are doing the right work, if you are having the right work, or if you are having the right career, you are like literally on top of the world. So this is what am I saying? This is going to make you feel extremely creative, and you're going to feel almost like a little bit reborn this week, to be quite honest with you. On another hand, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, there is some kind of really nice proposal that you are going to have this week. Some kind of invitation or opportunity is going to arise. So this is going to be the beginning of the changes when it comes to career and finances, but the good changes, the advancement, the changes that are leading towards the right direction indeed. So this is absolutely brilliant, because this is going to in itself become a challenge and also a proposition. So this is absolutely brilliant, because this is most certainly going to be an advancement when it comes to you and the step in the right direction. Leo, this is an important thing for you indeed. When it comes to the couples, you see, it's a lot about creation. Great month, I was going to say. Great week for the couples, because now I'm seeing that there is something you as a couple, you and your partner are going to do something together, something really important. And it's like, maybe, you know, it could be like a financial rewards from that. It could be some kind of a challenge. It is just basically creating a lot of energy that you are going to be able to input together with your partner. And I can see you doing something together, creating something together. And that's absolutely brilliant. And I can see that you're going to be really pleased with yourself, and other people are going to be pleased with you, and it's just going to be a very admiring time. But however, it is a great time for the couples, and there is something together that you're going to start creating this week, which is going to be really important later on. Okay, so now when it comes to the actual Leos that are single, it is just now you're going to start feeling this particular energy, like you're really ready. Now you're going to start feeling, for those of you Leos, maybe it hasn't been a great time so far, the karmically, spiritually, it all depends. But now this week I'm noticing the single Leos are just going to, you are going to really want to go out there and enjoy yourself. You will feel like you want to meet people. You will feel like you want to find new people. You will feel like you want to explore. This is going to be a great week to explore, because you're going to feel really good. You're going to feel really sexy. You're going to feel very radiant, and you're going to finally start finding yourself in a really nice way, like being like and having the control over your whole situation. And I think that this is going to be absolutely brilliant time. I can see you having a great time. I can see you flirting a lot this week, Leos, and that I can see that that's exactly what you need, and you're going to benefit from it quite a lot, actually. It's time to go out and have some fun. Okay, now the next sign is going to be Virgo. Okay, the next sign is going to be Virgo. So this is also going to be quite a good week when it comes to Virgos, because there is the whole new idea going to come forward. There is something that you're going to feel also very drawn to towards this week. There is the whole new energy going to come through, and it is going to start really, really beautifully when it comes to you, Virgos, because you're going to find yourself in a quite few tricky or messy or weird situations, but you're also going to be very happy and very pleased with yourself, because you dealt with these situations in the right way. You dealt with these situations at the right time. So this is going to be, on another hand, a great week for yourself, for you, my beautiful Virgos, because you're about to find out something really important about yourself. It's going to be like a really important skill that you're going to feel very drawn towards, and also you're going to feel this week like you want to make certain changes. You want to have certain changes when it comes to like looking at the bigger picture, the whole picture of your life. You're just going to you will just want to kind of see where you need to change things, where you want to change things. And also when it comes to the actual living arrangements, it's again going to be the week when you're going to feel like you want to make a certain change when it comes to your home, certain change when it comes to the certain room in your home or something like that. However, you will feel like you want to make those big changes. There is also going to be a wonderful energy that you are going to have this week, and there is a very, very important information that you are going to get hold of. This important information that you are going to get hold of is a very, very, very important indeed, and it's going to be probably one of the most important things and informations that you actually had this year, because this information is going to be the key for you to move on and to make one of the biggest steps in your life. And this is something that you wanted to do for a while. This is something that you wanted to focus on in a really long time, but the things didn't take the right turn. Back in June, July, things just took slightly different turn, and that slightly different turn that happened in June and July, now it's all playing out at the beginning of this week. And the way the things are going to play out is just going to make you realize about certain practical knowledge. It is a lot going to be about the business acumen, career, and a certain practical knowledge. However, this is all going to lead towards your own personal strength, and financial situation is just going to start looking much, much, much better. I do see there's going to be a very powerful karmic situation that you're also going to have this week, and that karmic situation is going to be connected to you, and it's going to be connected to another person in your life, but not your partner. Somebody who means to you a lot, but not your partner. In fact, that person is going to have something really good happen to them. It's a family member that you were really worrying about, that the things haven't been that good, and now this is going to be a very important coming situation, because you are going to be able to also relax and go on to the next stage, you see, of your life, of your journey. And that person in your life is also going to have a big problem that is going to come to an end. However, it's also, this is going to be a great week for the business, great week to start something new, a great week for some kind of negotiations, my babies, because this is just so important. Not only I'm seeing an important negotiation that it's going to happen to you this week, so just be prepared to have a negotiation, and you may not even realize that you're having a negotiation. But if you're not having any negotiations, the beginning in business or something like that, maybe starting a new contract, if you don't have this week, and you're able to kind of choose the certain week in a month when you can have this, please try to do it this week, because as I said before, you will go with this energy flow, you will go with this wonderful unique sync of energy, and then when you do it on the right week at the right time, when the actual energy is so fertile, you make everything even more powerful later on. Okay, so So this is why this is going to be an important week. When it comes to the actual couples, there is a really big change that is going to happen for those of you, my beautiful Virgos, that are part of the relationships, that are couples. There's a wonderful change going to happen. It is just a beautiful communication in between two people. Maybe you didn't just get on with your partner as well. Maybe there were certain issues, but what I see is that your partner was going through very difficult situations, and it's just a lot to do with their health, and it's a lot to do with their direction in life was a little bit affected, and maybe that affected your relationship a little bit. So now this is coming to an end, because the things are about to change for the better. The things are about to unfold for the better. So I'm seeing that it's actually going to be really great week where two people are getting closer together, which is absolutely brilliant. Almost as if I'm seeing like a certain ritual that is going to happen in between two people, and this is always good. And for those of you Virgos, my babies that are single, this is most certainly not the right time or not the right week to kind of like try to find love, try to find someone serious. You can have some great time. You can go out, as I can see you socializing with people and having a great time. But this week, I think that you are going to be focusing like towards different things in life. It is going to be more like about certain readjustments that are going to happen this week, that are going to make your attention to kind of be drawn towards different areas and different aspects of your life. But the love, finding love, it's not going to be one of them this week. Okay, now going on the next sign, which is going to be Libra. Libra, my bambinis. My gosh. Okay, Libras, you are going to have a good news this week. You're going to have a good news this week, and this is going to be good because it's to do a lot with your own personal achievement, karma, and your own personal spiritual journey. So this is going to be very personal to you, and it is going to touch those areas and those elements of your life that were bringing you down and that were making you feel like you haven't achieved what you wanted to achieve in life. So this is going to be huge. Good news you're going to have. It's a lot to do with your own triumph, and it's a lot to do with your own advancement. Okay, and this is just going to be brilliant because you're going to realize that your desires are going to be slowly starting to achieve. You're going to start to achieve your desires slowly here, which is brilliant. And also it's a lot to do with the promotion and recognition with your own personal abilities this week, and this is brilliant because also on another hand the financial situation is just going to be quite good this week because there's going to be the certain news that you're going to have when it comes to your finances. And also be careful because there is somebody who's going to try to like dominate you this week, somebody who's going, when you're going to be like surrounded by other people. It could be either your boss, it could be either your manager, it could be either somebody like if you're retired and then you go somewhere like when you go on daily or weekly basis, if you've got a hobby or something, you know, there is going to be somebody who thinks that they're like somebody who think that they're like above you, or somebody who is like some kind of manager or boss or something like that, somebody who has got this type of energy that is just going to kind of make you feel like a little bit negative, and it is going to be slightly negative situation where you're going to feel a little bit dominated. Like if you feel a little bit dominated, I will just let you know, just go for it and rise above the whole thing. Do not buy into anything. Do not rise to this low level, because you will come across, the bottom line is, my Libras, that you will come across somebody who's like a little bit annoying, and there's a little bit of jealousy that I'm seeing there, and that person is very strong and very powerful when it comes to feeling negative and being negative. And I said that they're very powerful when it comes to this because they can create this very negative energy that can affect our balance so much, and they're so low. It's a low frequency energy that you just have to kind of stay away from and try to avoid. And the worst thing we can do is to actually go into conflict with people like this, because our energy can get very sensitive at that point, because we can become very vulnerable if we kind of feel touched by this particular energy, which is very low frequency is very low. So the bottom line is, be really nice this week. Just like if someone does try to like dominate you, somebody tries to to be like a naughty to you or something like that, just try to rise above it. The answer to this is rise above it. Do not go into any kind of conflict, because now at least I prepared you for that, so you can just rise above it, okay? And also, what else I was going to say, for those of you Libras that were kind of waiting for the health to improve, this is going to be quite a good week, because you're going to feel quite energetic, and that above all is going to make you feel really optimistic, and it's going to help you to achieve a lot this week. And this is going to be quite a busy week, actually, to be quite honest with you. There is somebody very important in your life that is going to have a good news this week as well. Okay, on another hand, when it comes to Libras that are actually in relationship now, be careful, because Libras that are in relationship, there is also going to be a little bit of conflict. You're going to be a little bit stroppy this week, Libra. You might be, I think that there's a lot going to be going on this week, and maybe you will just maybe kind of find yourself, too quick, maybe like shout a little bit too quick. So, it does happen when there is a certain unbalance, certain uncertainty, certain things going on in our lives, and then it's just, this is the way we react, unfortunately. So I just, like, when it comes to your partner, there is going to be some kind of like a conflict that you are going to have, because there is it's not going to be too bad or anything like that, but there's going to be like a little bit of disagreement that you're going to have, and this disagreement that you're going to have, it's going to be connected to a certain journey, voyage, or something like that. But it's going to be okay, because by the end of the week it's going to be fine. You will be able to sort this out. But there is going to be like a little disagreement that you're going to have this week. On another hand, when it comes to those of you Libras that are single, oh gosh, yeah. Those of you that are single, you also are not going to, this is not going to be the great time to actually focus on love, like finding someone. I can see you like being really, really busy. This is going to be an extremely busy week for you Libras, and I can see you doing lots of things. I can see you buying lots of things. I can see you visiting lots of different places and meeting different people. But when it comes to the actual finding someone, love, or something like that, this is not going to be the great week. And sadly, I can see somebody at the back of your mind that you are still kind of holding for, and that this is somebody from your past. So please, Libras, my babies, if you're still holding on for somebody from your past, because I'm keep on seeing this, now this is going to be also the great week to realize this, and just in your mind, just send them goodbye. Say bye, see ya. And then as soon as you do this, as I said before, you're just going to allow to somebody to come through. But most certainly not a great week to actually find some love. You will enjoy yourself by flirting and things like that, because you're going to feel good this week, but not to find a love, basically. Now, the next sign is going to be Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, you are the next sign, and I have to say to you that actually there is going to be, you're going to be under certain test this week, so be careful. You will be tested, and you will not be aware of the fact that you're actually going to be tested. Your responsibility is going to be tested. Your capabilities are going to be tested. You're going to be watched, but this is going to be really important, because it is a lot to do with your career. It is a lot to do with your finances. This is going to be an important turning point. So I'm trying to let you know that this has already started. I'm not trying to make you paranoid. People are going to be watching. You're going to be watched all the time. This is really good, actually. Scorpios, you have to get this right. This is very much closely connected to your spiritual journey. This is going to be highly spiritual week, and which means on another hand that there is something really important going to unfold here. You're going to have an important unfoldment that is going to be the direct results of your past actions, but the exact actions that you had in the last month, and especially in this particular week, are going to play a really important role. What is going to happen this week is just going to be very significant, and it's going to bring the whole new passion into your life, and you are about to rediscover yourself. You're about to rediscover yourself, but you're also going to surprise yourself with a certain thing that you're going to feel drawn towards. Big change you're finally going to feel drawn towards, and you're not going to be able to understand what is this. this? Where is this coming from? And this big change is going to require from you to make lots of little changes in your life in order to do this. But it's just something that was on your mind quite a few years ago, a few years back. And it's a lot to do with where you are, where you live, what you do. This is to do with the whole picture in your life. So that's why I'm saying that this week is going to be really important when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpio. And also, what else I was going to say, it is going to be very good actual materialistic realization that you are going to have, and that materialistic realization that you are going to have is going to play a really big impact on what are you going to do next. And this is also going to be very much so connected to everything that I said so far. I can tell you that this is going to be like almost like the beginning of the new direction, dimension, adventure in your life, because your whole balance is going to be affected in the best possible way. You are just going to be able to feel this by feeling drawn towards really bizarre things. Again, bizarre when it comes to you and your journey so far, and what you were drawn on towards so far. There are lots of new elements that are going to be significant this week. Okay, and what else I was going to say, when it comes to the actual new prospect, there is a new prospect that is going to come through as well. New hope and new prospect. For those of you that are actually in relationship, you know, it's a great time for those of you that are in relationship, because your partner is going to do something really good, something really powerful, something really significant when it comes to them, when it comes to their particular spiritual journey, when it comes to their career, finances and things like that. Your partner is going to do something really good, and it's going to show how mature your partner is, what a great ability to conclude a task your partner has, very great organizer, very depending person. It is going to bring really wonderful feeling in between you two, and it's really, really great, because it's just a lot about you realizing lots of, you know, qualities about your partners that are absolutely brilliant. Okay, so that's really fantastic. On another hand, for those of you Scorpios that are single and ready to mingle, there is somebody really sexy going to be around you this week, somebody very radiant, somebody very powerful, somebody really attractive, but it's somebody attractive, but somebody who you wouldn't normally necessarily find attractive straight away. There are going to be elements around them, about them, that you're not going to understand. You're not going to feel you're not going to get exactly what you feel drawn towards, and this person is just somebody that is going to manifest themselves around and this person is also going to come back into your life later on, but this is going to be the first time that this person is going to manifest themselves around you. Very significant indeed, and it's going to happen at around the time when you're doing something really quick, something really fast, and you're going to be the part of the swift activity, swift progress and a swift change. At exactly the same time, this person is going to show up and manifest in your life. You will notice this person, but everything is not going to happen at that moment, but you will be able to notice this energy, you will be able to notice this person, but this person is also going to start feeling very drawn towards you, and this in itself is going to be the beginning of something really, really important, Scorpios. Okay, the next sign is going to be Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is my babies. This is a great week for you, because again, balance is going to be back, because when it comes to finances and situations, it didn't reach the certain point that it did reach, that you wanted to reach so far. Okay, and that certain point that you wanted to reach so far, it's going to happen this week. Now, this week, it's all about financial gain. It's all about financial success. It's all about your advantage, okay? And it's all about your own personal victory. Personal victory, because now, after this moment, after this week, you will be able to do something that you wanted to do for a while. You will be able to do something that you wanted to do throughout the whole year. And this splits into different things. This requires you to do certain change, and it also requires you to do something completely different, do something completely new. So these two things together here are going to be the actual outcome of what you're going to be able to do, because your stability is going to improve in those areas that you wanted to improve, and that stability is just going to be the direct answer to the big change that you wanted to do. This change is just not going to happen straight away, and this is a really long process that is connected to the learning experience, a new stage in your life, and this is all going to become very, very evident to you indeed. There is going to be the certain doubt that you are going to have, the certain suspicion that you are going to have, but this is going to be fine, because all the answers to your questions that you are going to have are going to be revealed to you this week. Okay, Sagittarius, this is important. And also there is a certain person going to manifest in your life this week, and you're gonna find this person really weird. You're gonna find this person really strange. Trust your instincts, because this person will be really weird. This person will be really strange, and somebody who is going to try to become a part of your life, but I'm just warning you to stay away. This is not somebody who should be part of your life. This is somebody who is a bit of a shady character in many different ways, but on another hand, this is going to be reasonable fear. So just kind of step back from everything this week and try to see who this is, and try to recognize who this is. As long as you know who this is, just make sure that you don't take things further with this person. It could be something to do with the work, something to do with the career, something to do with the finances, or somebody's going to try to come back into your life, but almost immediately you're going to have your own personal confirmation to basically stay away from that person. Okay, now I just need you to be really careful now. For those of you Sagittariuses that are in relationship, don't like this whatsoever. There is a problem that you're gonna need to deal with this week with your partner. I don't like it, but then, this is what it is, It's life. We go through different stages, we go through the different journeys, we have our own karma, we have our own spiritual journeys. I said this many times, some of us have lived many, many lives, okay? You've got all spirits, okay? Spirits who keep on evolving, and by the time the spirit comes to an end, then spirit is reborn again. So it all depends on our past life, or our situations, and about our karma, how much we have learned, and things like that. So basically this is just going to be the situation here where you're gonna sit down and you're gonna need to talk about the certain problem, and this problem is going to be quite heavy, this problem is going to be quite dark, and this is just the right thing to do, because it's maybe to do a lot with like a little bit of a deception or a little bit of dishonesty. I'm sorry to say this, but then it's just this is the best thing to do, is just sit down and see what it is. It could be something really tiny, but it's to do with like your partner maybe being a little bit dishonest. But then again, maybe your partner did something and didn't do something, and then they told you they did it, but then it could be this type of dishonesty. It doesn't have to be too bad, but however, so it's going to be very important to sit down and to see actually what you need to talk about, what you need to discuss, because this is going to be a very important part of your relationship that is going to go on the next stage after this point. And for those of you that are single, I can see a really great beginning of the new adventure, the fantastic beginning of the new adventure that you're going to have, which means that you're going to find yourself really drawn towards the particular area in your life that is going to become like a new adventure, something new, a new beginning. And then at the same time, somebody really cool is going to kind of manifest themselves. It's also going to be part of that particular journey. So it is going to be somebody who you're going to like immediately, and somebody who is going to like you immediately back. So prepare for some kind of new adventure when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, because someone is also going to start kind of manifesting themselves in your life this week. Okay, it's going to have a great influence on you as well, by the way, so I think that's quite important. Okay, the next sign is actually going to be Capricorn. Now you are going to be facing a really big change when it comes to your home this month. Okay, really big change when it comes to your home, but it's a lot to do with your own home homecoming, and it's a brilliant because you're going to find yourself very content. You're going to find yourself very happy this week, at peace, and it's also a good family life, and honor is going to be very significant when it comes to you, Capricorn. So it is going to be a really fantastic week for the reconnection and connection with your home, with the family members, with your friends, with the people in your life who mean to you quite a lot. This is going to be such an important week because this is exactly what you need. This is exactly what you needed, but you're also going to benefit from it like so much. I'm so happy for you because this is great. And when it comes to the actual reputation, your own reputation is going to go through the roof in the best possible way this week. And this is brilliant because this is going to make you feel very optimistic and happy indeed. As I said, it is going to be a very big change that you're going to do and you're going to make. You're going to feel drawn towards to this week, and it's to do with your home. Also, the situation is going to arrive that is just going to kind of make you feel really, really free. And you're also going to make you feel really free because the problem is going to come to an end. And that in itself is just going to allow you to actually kind of start feeling drawn towards like doing some kind of adventure, doing something different, doing something new. And this is a lot to do with you and the people in your life. It's not only about you, but it's a lot to do with your family members if you've got a family, and it's a lot to do with the best people in your life, the people who you love the most, your best friends. This is a fantastic week for reconnection and connection. And also the certain person from the past, a friend, is going to come through, it's going to come forward, and this is going to mean to you really, 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 really a lot. And also when it comes to your emotions this week, prepare to be tested. Your emotions will be tested a little bit this week, okay? Just be free and enjoy yourself. Okay, so now when it comes to those of you Capricorn that are actually in relationship, now do you know what? It's the really good thing going to happen. Your partner is going to have their own justice. Justice is coming to your partner. This is going to be brilliant because if this is going to be some kind of court case that has been going on for a while, or you're waiting for someone to make some kind of decision for you, however this is coming to an end, it's going to be absolutely great, and your partner is going to get a great advice. For those of you that are single, this is definitely not the great week to actually try to find someone, because there is a problem that you will kind of deal with, and the problem that you're going to deal with is going to be very much so connected to your emotions and something that somebody has done something to you in the past that you still feel drawn towards, and you need to kind of work this out, what this is. This is a lot to do with your karma, and it's a very much so to do with your own spiritual journey. However, this is not going to be the great time to actually find someone new. Fantastic time to actually meet people. There are lots of new people that are going to be meeting, and that's exactly what this week you should be doing, because this is going to help you to cross over and kind of go over that karmic bridge that you had to get to the other side, and just kind of like wait for someone else, someone new to manifest in your life. It means that you're still drawn to somebody who you shouldn't be, but that's the realization you're going to have this week. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Now Aquarius, this is going to be a really great time for your own personal accomplishment, because it's a lot to do with you being successful. It's a lot to do with you being successful leader, and it's a lot to do with a certain intelligence and certain character, certain intelligence, certain decision that you made a quite while back. Now this is just going to be the direct result of the certain decision that you made quite a while back, and it's a lot to do with your career, it's a lot to do with your finances, and it's a lot to do with your life in general. You weren't too sure, you weren't too certain. It had lots of elements that were completely brand new elements around it, and you were stepping into the little bit strange waters because there was so much around you that was very emotionally charged, and it was just making you kind of blocked with a certain stages and certain areas of your life, because you wanted to just kind of chill out for a little bit and then go through the storm again. Now but the storm is coming to an end, and this is going to start feeling really good. And I'm so glad, Aquarius, is that you still subconsciously you were really fearing of the certain things, fearing of the certain stage in your life, but this fear is just going to come to an end this week, and this week is just gonna, this is how it's going to happen. And it's a lot going to come through loyalty, your hard work, your loyalty, your family members, the people who loves you a lot in your life, and it's great. And you, like a Capricorn, is also going to have a really, really powerful week, because this is going to be the week of reconnection, connection, and week of seeing people and meeting people who you haven't seen in a really long time, and also people who means to you quite a lot. You're going to socialize, but there is somebody in particular that you're going to be socializing this week and being in touch with, that you're going to be completely ecstatic about. And that particular person is going to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful news for you. And that news you're going to use like an information for your own personal advancement later on in life. Fantastic week for you, my beautiful Aquariuses, indeed. There's a whole new passion going to be born this week for you. Okay, and also satisfaction. It's all about satisfaction, and it's all about certain acceptance. There's a acceptance from the society that you are going to have and feel this for the first time. I'm not saying that you didn't feel accepted by the society, but there were certain elements of your life that you weren't too sure whether it's going to be accepted or not, but it's to do with the people who you care about, of course. So there's a certain acceptance coming forward. When it comes to relationships, an important month for those of you that are in a relationship, because your partner is going to have a really great news, and the great news, it's going to be a lot to do with the actual new stage in your life. Sometimes something that you were both waiting for, something that you were both hoping for. So this is going to be a great week, because your partner is going to have a good news that you're both going to be benefiting from, and your relationship the most as well. Okay, and those of you that are single, it is just going to be somebody from the past is going to come through. Somebody from the past is going to come forward. For those of you that are single and ready to mingle, I can see you socializing, I can see you meeting lots of people, but that is just not going to be something that is just going to get you drawn towards. What is going to happen is that somebody from the past is going to come through. A blast from the past is going to come forward. It is going to come back karmically. It is going to come back spiritually. It's going to come back in your mind, in your energy. You will be able to feel this person. So there is a blast from the past going to come forward this month, this week. But what I would do, I would stay away from this person. Okay, as a friend, yes. As a lover, no. Okay, and the last sign this week is going to be Pisces. Now, Pisces, I like it indeed. I like this week. I love it because you're gonna feel inspired. It's the whole new inspiration that is gonna come through, and I'm so happy with you, because it seems like, the beginning of the new month, the beginning of the new week, this is just going to be so significant to actually feel so good. And also, it is a great pleasure you're going to feel. It is a great happiness that you're going to feel. And this is also going to be very much so down to you feeling really great when it comes to your health. But also, on another hand, is materialistically things are going to improve. But this is direct result of your own, things that you have done for a really long time. I'm not saying that you were struggling or anything like that, but perhaps for a while things haven't been changing, on materialistic level, and which were kind of preventing you to move on with a certain stage in certain areas in your life. Now this is coming to an end, and this is a really great achievement that you are going to have. I think it's absolutely brilliant, but also you're going to realize that you're going to need to reorganize things a little bit. You're going to need to reorganize things a little bit, because you are about to have a really powerful transformation. That transformation that you're going to have is just going to be probably one of the most significant things that have happened to you in the last 4 months indeed. And this in itself is just going to bring the whole new direction into your life, and you're also going to have a self-confidence and power to make a really big step and a really big change in your life. And this change also has got a lot to do with like a learning. You're going to feel drawn to learn something new, to read something, learn something, to educate yourself. And this is going to be very significant, because this in itself is just going to help you to clear away the old, to make a way for the new. And on another hand, it's just going to be a really great time to invest. This is going to be the perfect week for investment as well. Any type of investment that you can have, any type of negotiations that you are going to have, this week is going to be super fertile week when it comes to karma and when it comes to you, because the balance is going to be just absolutely right indeed. Okay, another thing I was going to say, an ailment when it comes to the actual health, the certain ailment is going to come to an end. And especially for those of you that have been feeling really drawn, really tired, and really really tired, especially now you will be able to feel like a lots of energy, and that in itself is going to help you to achieve a lot this week. When it comes comes to the actual couples, Pisces, you know, this is a big moment. This is a big moment. There is something new that you and your partner will want to do, something big that you and your partner will want to do, and that is going to require a big change. That is going to require to make a big change, but it's going to affect other people in your life. This is the part of the really big picture. You are part of that picture, but this is also going to involve other people in your life. So this is going to really require both of you to sit down and to discuss something. So the bottom line is that there is going to be a very important communication that you are going to have with your partner, but this communication is going to be really good, because most certainly this is going to be the step in the right direction indeed. So this is going to be good, and this is a lot to do with your own personal transformation indeed. It's exactly what your relationship needs. Okay, and those of you that are single now, Pisces, those of you that are single, it is just you will be focusing a lot on like a reorganization when it comes to like a certain area of your life, especially when it comes to finances, and especially when it comes to like you know, like you will want to like sit down and think like what you want to change, what do you need to change, are you completely happy with your life? You know, it's going to be lots of those type of situations that you're going to be going on through this week, and this is really great. But at the same time, it is someone that is going to come forward. It is someone that is going to come through, and that person is just going to kind of not even feel. This is what you're gonna have to like what you're gonna have to look up to, like in like about 5 or 6 months. You will see exactly what I meant. You will not be able to see this straight away. You will not be able to get this straight away. But the bottom line is that there is someone going to come through. Someone is going to come forward. Someone is about to manifest themselves, and that person is very much so connected to number 7. And that person is going to play an important part in your life later on. But you're not going to meet this time. You're not going to find each other, or you're not going to see each other. You're not going to come into like a contact with each other. I'm able to see this because for some reason karmically your paths are going to meet here. You're going to meet here, and subconsciously you are both going to have an imprint of each other in each other's minds. Okay, by the time you meet again, you will meet with this person again. This is what I find this is what I find really wonderful. You will meet with this person again. It's not even going to be that long. It's going to be quite a short time until you see this person again, and it's almost going to feel like straight away like you know each other for a really long time. And this is because you actually do. You know each other from your past life, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you to bits. Okay, and I'm sending you all brightest blessings, love and light. Oops. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium.